People can just join us when they join us. Hi, and welcome to the Monetize Your Mission Mastermind for Monday, January 26th, 2026. Love all those two sixes in there. Today we are talking with Carla Gardner. Carla is the community leader over on School for, I forgot the name of his blogging.
The Blog Growth Society.
The Blog Growth Society. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. I was just looking at it and the name just like went zipping by. So, Carla's going to talk to us today about creating a good blog post, which is really important for creating content over on Substack, as well as if you've got a regular blog post out there. So, without further ado, here's Carla.
Oh gosh. Hi, everybody. It's nice to meet you. It's not very often I get to see faces. As you know, when you blog, you hope somebody sees it. And that's really why I started my community was I can see maybe most of us are close to the same generation, maybe. And back in the day on Facebook, we had actual groups that would network together. And once a week, we posted our blog post, and then you were responsible for reading, sharing, liking, and commenting on as many other posts as you wanted on yours. And I realized I don't know what made me realize it, but that went away. And so I had been active on School, and I thought, you know what? I'll bet we can build a community around visibility and blogging the way it should be done. And then I met Jill, right? And we sort of are collaborating. So, um, the first part of being visible really is creating a blog post in the right way. And it sort of made me cringe because it took me back to my school days and diagramming in English class. Did any of you diagram? But there's a reason the teachers taught us that. And so the very first part of a blog, the most important thing that's going to pull someone to even take a second look is, of course, the title. And the title is going to tell your reader in just a snippet what your article is about. And that's going to make them decide, do I click or not? And there are search engines, which we have to please the algorithm, right? But then there's the human factor. So you have to find that happy balance between SEO and humanity. And um, I have learned that because I used to go heavy on the SEO. And when I read it, it's like, oh my God, I would never click on this to read it, ever. So that is the first thing. The second thing is your introduction. So this is where you want to be your storyteller, really heavy on telling a human story with SEO as your base. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so grateful for ChatGPT because I can sit here with my coffee in the morning and I have this brilliant idea for a blog post based on something that happened to me. And I can sit here and just have coffee and chat into chat. But to actually put that into the right format with SEO and in readable English, quite frankly, because I speak like people speak where I grew up. We're country bumpkins on the farm. Yes, we're educated. I'll just leave it there. But there are a lot of people that I have to repeat myself several times for them to get the point. As my husband says, stop beating around the bush, just get to the point. I I don't write that way. I go around the farm a few times to get to the point, but my readers stick with me, so I'm doing something right. I don't know. So after your introduction, hopefully you've hooked them. They've not only taken the bait, but they've swallowed it. And now they're in it until they get to the end. Now, I'm going to back up a minute and go to your search engine optimization. I sort of go at my topics backwards. I go do keyword research first. I want to get inside the mind of my reader. So I will pull about 10 keywords and then I'll write down the main point of my article. And then I put all of that bag of goodies into chat and let her muffle it around. She knows the story I'm telling, so she'll weave the story into the keywords and then she'll help me craft the human keyword rich title, subtitles, and the topics as we go through the whole thing.
Carla, would you like to share your screen to show people about this, or would you like me to demonstrate how to find keywords?
Sure, I can. Let me. And it's not as difficult as you think. So I don't use tools. I go right to what everybody uses every day, Google. And how I actually learned this when I was learning how to sell on Amazon, believe it or not. So you start with a word. Somebody give me something.
Jump in here, guys.
Jason, you were mouthing something.
I was just looking at Ethereum price, so there you could do something around crypto.
Okay. All right. So I start, and you want to start with a single word, which is your root word. So we'll go with crypto. Then you go right back up to the search bar and look at there. The top searched word is crypto price. Then you do a space again. The top searched word. Now I'm going for long tail because it will narrow down your audience. Okay, let's do.
You have Keyword Finder on there. Also, you want to talk a little bit about that? If you
Uh,
look down on the right, it's a free extension
oh, here
that, yeah, I think you have that. Keywords everywhere.
I
You
don't
just
use
if
it.
you go down the page just a little bit,
Uh-huh.
see right there. This extension, it is free. It's called keywordseverywhere.com. You can get it and it will tell you what the SEO difficulty is on page and off page. And it will also give you trends And it'll also give you there's a free version. I thought that you already had it. I didn't realize this was an ad for you.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
I've used it in the past, and it's
Mhm.
really good for giving you even more ideas about what's being searched and what the volume is for the keywords that you're looking to use. You can just go back over to your
Okay.
your Google thing and continue on.
And so I just keep going until it makes sense to, okay, so now I'm done. So I would take this as my primary keyword and go build content around that using, so let's say I were into trading, which I'm not, but let's say I had a business around crypto. I would write educational, informational, uh, entertaining articles around that topic. And you could, oh, I'm pointing like you can see. I would just grab all of these as long tail keywords, and then you can go back and get other short tail keywords to weave in to really give your article meat. And the chat will make it flow seamlessly so you're not keyword stuffing. You don't want to do that. You want it to read. I keep my flesh score at a fifth grade level so that everybody can understand what I'm talking about. And then the next thing is your content of the body itself. That's really where it's a combination of all of the above, the education, the entertainment, your story pulls into that. So like if you're selling crypto, I'm assuming you would have your personal story to back up your expertise. So you're going to want to drop tidbits of it in there to lend credibility to you as the writer and to keep them interested in, wow, if she knew this tip, what is she going to know tomorrow? So it's like keeping a worm on the hook the whole time. And then, of course, you've got, besides your story, you're going to have real life examples and evidence that what you're saying is true. I actually link out to articles on Google that I have vetted and proved aren't just junk. And because my whole thing online is I'm the crash test dummy. I've bought it all, I've done it all, I failed at it all, so you don't have to. And so I want to prove that to them that I'm not just feeding them garbage to reel them in. I want them to know that when I recommend something, it's the real deal. And they can be confident that it's not a scam and they're going to benefit as long as they do the work.
That does two things on a regular blog, on a website blog. It gives builds backlinks to your content and it builds authority for your
Mhm.
website. If you're doing it on Substack, if you link to other Substack content creators that you've also vetted, you're tagging them in the content that you're creating, and you can even copy parts of whatever they've written and have conversations about that and how it applies, but that makes your post to go out to their audience as well as your audience. So it's a way to expand your reach on top of doing the SEO for Google. And it also provides backlinks for each other, just like lot uh, going out to Google and finding authority websites to link to. If you can
Mhm.
find those authority people on the Substack space, you're keeping it all in-house. And it's even more powerful because you're able to capitalize on their audience in a way that you cannot do by just finding a post to.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
I'm good at what I do, but I'm excited to learn Substack from you because it is Greek as Greek could be to me. And it can you explain to me just real briefly, is Substack um is it a search engine? Is it I mean, yeah, it is.
Searchable. It's uh it's a social media site or a social site because
Okay.
there's the note side to it. It's a blogging platform. It's also video blogging. It's also podcasting. It's it's got everything, something for everyone. But the points you're making about, and really why I wanted you to come on here and talk about this, is SEO is a very big part of Substack and getting traction on Substack and linking to each other because it's a connected network. It just is like it's so powerful.
So if I'm understanding you right, it's sort of like the Facebook group that I talked about in the beginning. And once we all connect on Substack and support each other's blog posts and have our SEO and human factor, visibility will go crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Cool. Now I'm even more excited.
That's why I was so excited when I found you over there.
So, okay. And then after you have them in tears, in laughter, or in pensive thought, now you swoop in at the tail end with a soft call to action. My business coach calls it a mumble. You don't come right at, and this, oh boy, I had to learn this. It was hard for me because my background is in sales. And I'm like, okay, one, two, three, go for the sale. And she's like, no, you'll chase them away. So you just mumble about, for me, example, in my last newsletter, I was talking about being so focused in business that I got tunnel vision. And I woke up one morning only to learn that I had just lost three friends. I didn't even know they were sick. That's pathetic. I was so driven on in my business that real life kind of just went away. And so I did close out that post with a tool that will give you back time to be able to go make that call, go have that dinner or that lunch. Um, and I think that's really, really important because I don't know about you, but I can get so focused that I forget I have a husband out there. And they're the very ones we're doing this for. So the call to action is important. And then asking them a question and waiting for the response. And it's taken a while, but I'm finally starting to get replies telling me what they want, which is gold. Gold. So that's how you put together a quality. And it's not just to make money. It's actually to help another human being with a problem.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I love all of that. Do you want to talk a little bit about tags or the titles, H2 tags, H3 tags, and
The,
using
yeah,
keywords in there?
it's sort of like those are important because it breaks your whole article into topics. So it's like instead of eating the whole pizza, you're eating a slice. Whoops, about knocked my coffee over. Um, and here's another important reason why those headers are important. SEO, number one. Number two, a lot of people will come read your article, but they won't read it. They will scan it. And you can get the gist of a section by whatever your subheader is. So,
And it's really important. We use a benchmark of about 300 words between big breaks. And eyes need to have, we're training generations of people now to just be scanners. None of us have a lot of time, so we want to know what we're going to be investing in. And so those headers are really important. You can just look through them really quickly. And I don't know about you guys, but if I come across a newsletter or a blog post that is just a wall of text, even if it's broken up into paragraphs, I'm not coming here to read a book. I'm coming here to get some information, and I want to know where I can find that information quickly. And if I don't have a lot of time, I can just zero in on that one piece I need. And then I'm like, oh my cow, this is so fascinating. I'm just going to go right up to the top and read the whole thing.
right.
You're giving an invitation to the reader to decide what kind of commitment they want to make towards your content
Mhm.
and add images. And Carla's really, she can speak to this too, but I was a VA Pinterest back in the day, and you can do Pinterest pins on Substack. And Pinterest is a great way to drive traffic, especially if you're in niches around making money, health and fitness, crafts, any kind of arts and crafts. They love you over there. Cooking, um, motivational stuff, things that inspire people. Pinterest is all about inspiration. It's where people go to get inspired to take action. And whether it's, redoing your whole house or um, baking the best loaf of bread. Are looking for a recipe for dinner. Everybody uses Pinterest slightly differently, but almost everybody can find a way to fit their content into Pinterest in a way that Pinterest is going to be like, oh yeah, okay, we know what you're talking about. They do like images that are vertical. It's 1,500 by 500, I think
A
is
thousand.
1,000. 1,500 by 1,000 is the standard size to put over there. And you can stick that in your Substack post and invite people to pin it. A lot of people don't realize that they can pin images, but just make a link above the image and make the image clickable just by attaching a link to it so that they land on your Pinterest page. Invite them to pin it, and you might even suggest a type of board to pin it to. But lots of people these days have Pinterest accounts, and it's a great way to get interested new new people into your space. And it you don't have to spend forever on Pinterest, but if you're already over there, why not have one more space where you're making it easy to share your content with
Mhm.
others.
Mhm. Exactly. I actually promote um, an ecosystem. So you've got your blog, which is your real estate and your home base, where you do, because I'm an affiliate marketer. And so I make all of my sales offers just links, just mumbling them through the article, very low key. And then I don't buy ads. I pin, and my traffic comes from my pin. And then I use YouTube, and all three are driven every week by the same keywords. So my keyword rankings are rising faster. And I even outranked my business coach who has been doing this for years, and she's very good at it. Um, I aspire to one of my friends who just started pinning. She learned the system. She made $800 and didn't even know how she did it. It was from one of her pins pointing back to a system that she was an affiliate of. So, yeah, your blog houses your information. YouTube and Pinterest send the leads to it. And it's free. I like that a lot.
And will all your pins go viral?
No.
No. Will all your notes on Substack go viral? No. But it's just the consistency of doing it every day. You put your blog post up, pin it over on your account, let other people pin it when they're sharing it, and you're done. This doesn't have to be so hard, but some of us humans like to complicate things. So
Well, I remember back in the day when I was getting started, I was so focused on the technical side of things, making
Mhm.
sure I got it right. And oh, I mean, it would take me a week to come up with a title. And pretty soon it was like, Carla, just do it. And so you learn as you go. You And the one thing I had to learn, and I hated it, I still don't like it to this day, but analytics are where it's at. Analytics will tell you, was that a good title or what do I need to tweak? And so that helps to take the emotion out of it, and you can just work in peace.
another piece of this, as far as titles go, is Substack allows you to A/B test titles. So you can see which one gets the most traction. And whenever you post something on your Substack, it goes out to all of your subscribers automatically. They get notified. So it's another piece of the why I encourage people to blog on Substack. You can blog on your own website too, but man, Substack is just so powerful and you don't have to support, having a website requires a lot of pieces. There's plugins and updating the plugins and a hosting service and understanding how your blog works and the inevitable something is conflicting with something else and your site has disappeared. Um, there's not any of that with Substack, but you can download everything off of Substack. It's your content is your content. You can download your list off of there, and you can email your list. You can do broadcast emails off of your list in Substack, and you can import your list into Substack. So you're already like still talking to the people that you're already talking to.
Interesting.
I'm going to open this up to other people here with us. Do you guys have questions? Are there things that we can answer for you? And welcome, Joanna.
Hi, I'm sorry. I really enjoy this, well, the talk. I I'm trying to promote myself on Instagram, personal, not personal, professional Instagram, but also I joined Substack a few months ago, and like literally maybe 2 months ago, and but I didn't have guts yet to send it to other people. I was just hoping that maybe somebody will like my post, but this does not happen. I'm existing alone with maybe one subscriber, and I'm posting different things. I have maybe only like 5 blogs or just posts about different things, and then I have to really admit I made a bold move last week, and I'm trying to become YouTuber. So I'm creating this site that is about travel and therapy. I am a marriage and family therapist, so my Instagram posts are about therapy, couples, but then on the really my passion is traveling and somehow fitting this in with the therapy. So I'm trying to do it on YouTube. We'll see how it's gonna go. So my blogs are about things connected with therapy, but also I'm very often trying to put something in perspective, some kind of traveling piece there as well. I mean, how it relates to life, yes,
Mhm.
this the silence, the how couples deal with the traveling. I mean, different things that obviously there's a lot of things that can be I can write about. So I really enjoy what ladies like. I love it what like that you're talking about those
You're
things.
you're doing YouTube. Substack just came out with Substack TV. It's the app. And so you can watch it on TV. And whatever you're posting over on YouTube, you can post on Substack,
Oh,
create content around it,
oh, I have.
following Carla's directions,
Mhm.
and it will be long form content. It'll also Substack will also chop it up into shorts for you,
Right.
vertical or horizontal. Um, so you just have to make the one video, post it in two places,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So on the Substack TV, do they want you to go live on Substack or can you import YouTube?
you can import YouTube.
Wow.
It's its own platform, so you're not using a URL. It's actually going to exist on their platform. Just like if you were to upload to Rumble, you're uploading the original content to Rumble also. Um, that's how it works on Substack.
Interesting.
Joanna, are you in our community, the U World Order community?
No, but it's interesting because I got the email
Mhm.
and I it just spoke to me. I'm like, oh, this is something I have to, and I had time to do it. So, but I get the emails then, right? Because
Mhm.
I
Because you're
probably
on my
joined
list.
something before. I don't know how, right? But I'm definitely on the list.
Um, you probably got on there by maybe subscribing or wanting to come on my podcast at some point.
Oh, maybe. Yes,
It's the
maybe.
U World Order Showcase podcast.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Here I
Good.
am by chance.
You're just way ahead. Yeah, Jason popped the link in the chat. Come
Oh,
join us on
perfect.
school because we'll help you get going over
Mm-hmm.
on Substack and YouTube. We've got people that are really into YouTube and Jason's really great at helping coaches like mold all their ideas together.
Okay.
Yeah, Joanna, you mentioned that you don't have that many followers. Jill's got a great post she does every day where everyone can share anything that you're doing on Substack, and then you can go and like each other. So be a great way to help catalyze your audience a little bit
Okay.
or start kick it off there a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
And Carla is another community that's all about blogging and getting visible
Mhm.
and sharing links and getting stuff moving. Because sometimes you just need to prime the pump in some of these places, and all about that too. So, and do you want to put your link down there in the
Oh, sure.
chat, Carla?
Let me go grab it.
So people can join that. Allie's all about writing ugly, and she was number 67 in the category of philosophy under the Rising Stars on Substack. So she's kind of a celebrity in our community. We're really proud of you, Allie. And I think JP, I think, is at work right now. So he can't he can't talk to us. And Andrew is all about the fitness mindset. See? Getting better, Andrew.
The fitness mindset. There you go.
We were trying to talk him into doing bringing people along live when he was working out in the morning, but I don't think he's having any of that. So,
There's other reasons why we didn't get into,
okay, we're idea
but
people.
I appreciate the talk we had. It was very nice. I sent messages to everybody thanking them. So there you go. I'm
Okay,
I'm thank I'm thanking you right now. Again, thank you for what we discussed. It was great.
good. Thank you for thanking me, for thanking you. Anything else that we can chat about with Jason,
Yes, I
do
do.
you have
I,
questions,
I would
thoughts?
love to pick your brain, Carla, because I come from a bit of a SEO background, but I'm curious, obviously, with AI and now the search results, especially with Google having AI at the beginning, have you seen a decline in traffic from SEO from your organic search? Are you seeing more of the traffic that comes to you like from Pinterest or YouTube? How does that look right now in your ecosystem?
So for me, I am not seeing a great increase from Pinterest yet, but that's on me. And here's why. Over the past 2 years, I've pivoted 3 times. So I finally landed and have moved forward. So now I have a rock solid plan. I know what I'm doing. One of the things, and this is a secret that I'm not sharing, right?
Yep.
So my coach, um, I'm going to show you something. A secret to the SEO progress is you talked about it, Jill, priming the pump. So at the beginning of a quarter, she gives me 50 long tail keywords. My content stems from I make one video that then goes out to a blog post, to a newsletter, to pins from one, and I'm not to deviate for 90 days.
Nice.
And she warned me when we started working together, you are going to be bored out of your mind. And it was about day 40. I woke up talking in my sleep about how to make money on YouTube. My husband thought I'd lost my mind, but my content was congruent and my ranking for those long tail keywords surpassed many big names on YouTube. It was shocking to
so where can
me.
we find you on YouTube?
It's literally at the at sign
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Carla J Gardiner. That's Gardiner.
And she's in the directory. Plug for the directory.
Okay.
And then using the available tools like TubeBuddy, vidIQ, all those things really help, because here's what I've learned. the SEO rankings on blogs and Substack and YouTube and Pinterest, they're all different. That none of them are the same. And so, like, I've got pin clicks for Pinterest. It helps me rank over there. I've got TubeBuddy, and then I've got SEO on my WordPress blog. So it seems like a lot, but they all work without me. They're just integrated with the system. So, but it there was a learning curve for me, because I figured once I had the SEO dialed in, it was dialed in. Not so. So learning each one separately helped a lot. And it didn't take long, and now it's everyday happenstance.
Can I
Does that
can
make
I
sense?
can I can I understand that correctly? So for the first month, you were writing about the same subject that
The
The
same
90-day.
subject,
na
different keywords. Like,
I
I
see,
don't know
I
if
see.
you can see this. Can you see it?
Mhm.
So each,
Yeah.
yeah, each one of these became a video, a blog
I
article,
see.
and a pin. But
Uh-huh.
although they're different, they all have, remember we talked about the root
Mm-hmm.
keyword, make money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the root.
Mm-hmm.
And Pinterest, after 90 days, they understood I'm about making money. And
Mm-hmm.
so they started showing my pins to people who were interested in making money.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm talking about YouTube and growing your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back to, it's kind of drudgery, and it doesn't sound very romantic, and it's not, but I have a purpose. And once I got the romance out of my head, I'm not going to go viral. I'm not a TikTok candidate. I just want to help people not waste time. Like I've been online for 20 years, and finally I'm making headway. Nobody should have to do this for 20 years. Nobody.
Another tip with those, you're getting a keyword, basically a keyword a week if you're blogging once a week. If you link them together, and a lot of WordPress blogs will do that for you automatically. They'll do related keywords. I don't know if you have
Mm-hmm.
that plugin or not, but you can do that on Substack just by linking to your other posts. Like I would do three. You do 3 weeks worth of content, and then you make sure that they interlink with each other. So you're keeping them engaged and on
Mhm.
your page. You're also giving the search engines like spidering
Mhm.
capacity. And if you're tagging other Substack content creators, then you're expanding your reach because you're getting into their networks too with 3 articles, not just one.
That's cool. And I do that. So within the blog article,
Mhm,
wherever I talk about YouTube, I link out to that YouTube video, but that
mhm,
YouTube video is also embedded in the bottom of that article.
mhm.
And then I'm constantly, we call it our spider web. So
Yep,
they're gonna see my Pinterest, they're gonna see YouTube, they're gonna see the blog with every click of that mouse.
yep.
Mhm.
It's really not rocket science, but it
I mean,
feels like it
you do have to learn it, and
Mhm,
uh, I think.
more you have to apply it. Start
Yes,
somewhere, but just start.
it's a strategy. It's a strategy. And I, out of my whole family, I was the only one that did not play sports.
Hmm.
I was the bookworm. And so when someone would speak to me about being strategic, I shrunk back because I correlated strategy with sports
Hmm.
and I didn't feel worthy. Well, then when I learned what strategy was, I was like, man, I have been missing out this whole time. And it's not hard. It's not. It's, you just do it and you mess it up and you figure out what went wrong and you do it again and you get it.
Another piece, you were talking about analytics earlier, that analytics are important and they are important. You can connect your Substack account to Google search so you can generate reports to see how your articles are doing and where your traffic is coming from via Google, which is probably the more accurate place to get information. And Substack does have a pretty good analytics thing, but it's like Pinterest. Pinterest analytics is meh to me, but if you connect your Pinterest account to your Google Analytics, it's like, okay, now we got something to work with.
Well, and the one thing I have learned about Pinterest and the traffic
Mhm.
is you have to really dial in your avatar, your message, make sure your messaging is right for your avatar because and my coach can't figure this out. I speak to my avatar. My language is dialed in and yet my traffic is from not the United States. It's like a long ways away. I don't even know. By my analytics, you would think my avatar were men.
From the Philippines or Nigeria.
Um, no, it's actually like the Indian countries over there.
Mhm.
Um, and I can't even have conversations. I have to block them and delete them. They're disgusting. And she cannot figure out. It's like, Kim, we have to do something. This is
Is this from
discouraging.
Pinterest?
Mhm. She believes it's the niche I'm in. It's the make money and the blogging niche opens up the gateway for that traffic.
Bot traffic is mostly their.
Oh, really? Ugh. Okay. But yeah, those are my tips for Pinterest and YouTube has really been kind to me. So,
That's great.
yeah, yeah. But I'm excited to learn Substack, knowing that it's searchable and all can I now I just need to learn it.
And not to have to create new or different
Oh no,
posts even.
I'll
Just
just
it's just
slide
like
it right on
repurpose
over there.
repurpose your stuff there too.
So how do you I'm going to ask a question. How do you know um I have yet to figure this out when to post a blog article and when to post a note?
You post notes every day, and those do not go to your subscribers. They just go on the feed. It's like
Oh,
Facebook, or LinkedIn or something like that. But you want them to be you want them to be relational. And there's lots of people that will tell you, you should have a motivational one and you should have one that tells people how to do something and one that tells them whatever. Really, what you want is messages that connect with other human beings because we're human and we want to connect with others. Um, you don't have to be like telling people to come to my blog because you can just what they call it restacking over there. You can restack things out of your blog into your notes. It's the share mechanism. It's like you would share to Pinterest or you would share to Instagram. You can share to Substack notes and also create your
Okay.
own notes. So you can restack other people's notes. You can like notes. You can comment on notes. You can comment on other people's content. When you do create content over there, I encourage people to leave it open to everybody. You can monetize your Substack. Um, so you can have different tiers, but you want to be inclusive on Substack, especially if you're trying to drive people to your school community from Substack. Um, so you want everybody to be able to comment. You want to ask that question at the end and respond to comments when they come in. And in the beginning, it can feel like you're speaking to crickets. I totally acknowledge that. And Allie can even speak to that. Allie hasn't been on Substack all that long either. Um, but you just need to get started and be part of our community. That notes boost thread that I do every single day, it really does make a difference. People do see it and we restack stuff and you start having conversations and people do start subscribing. Andrew even got a paid subscriber
Yay.
and he hasn't been on Substack that long either and he's still trying to dial in his message and figure it all out. So it's it's a space. And I really appreciate you coming on here, Carla, and talking about how to construct an SEO blog post. That's really been helpful. Anybody want to say any last words?
Just want to second that. Thank you as well. Thank you, Carla, and thank you, Jill, for putting it together.
You're
Really great.
welcome. Did I answer your question?
Overall, yeah. Yep. That was good.
Are you sure?
Well, I know we're almost out of time. Real quick, did you see any decrease in your organic traffic when Google started putting AI results in the search, or have you pivoted so many times that it might be hard to see, those stats?
Um, Honestly, I don't think I noticed a difference, but most of my traffic came from socials
Okay,
anyway.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
You're
Substack
welcome.
does actually feed information to AI. There's a link, there's a toggle switch there that you can choose to have it not let it scrape your content, but the default is that it does look at your content.
And I missed that first part. Where is that?
Substack.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the default is for your content to get added to AI's backbone, which is like being added to the search engine, and you can get found through that.
Yeah.
Allie, did you have anything you wanted to contribute? Are you good? And JP, I'm assuming you're at work, so if you're not and you would like to say any last things, you're welcome to. You good, Joanna?
Well, again, a lot of things here were very new to me. I never thought that you can do something with Pinterest. Like I didn't know that. After that, I will look into it. But thank you. I have your email, so I'm really glad that I had a chance by chance and that I had actually 4 o'clock open I'm in New York. So I'm so glad that I have a chance to actually meet you ladies and Jason as well. I mean, it's fantastic. Like I really need to process that because it is a difficult process, and it's like, you know,
A
like
lot.
it's also a lot of be. like being vulnerable, right? Very much vulnerable, and what your friends are thinking about it, and how they are seeing this, that you're suddenly posting more, and this Instagram posts are going out, and I see that some people are like, oh, what are you doing, right? It is really difficult to do that. And I'm really listening to you guys, because also like finding the niche finally, not to do the pet projects, which is great, and there's I have so many ideas, but rather how to like settle on something, right?
Mhm.
So thank you very much. Like that was wonderful.
You are so welcome, and we're really glad that you stopped by, and we hope we see you in the community and more of
Yeah,
these.
thank you. I will again, like I will save the email and I will start looking for things here. Thank you. I enjoyed it very much.
You're welcome. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you in the community and next week on the next Monetize Your Mission Mastermind.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Thank you
everybody.
for the invite.